So I did a little work this morning, and it's time to go for a little foiling if it's possible, if it's windy enough. Just leaving Charlie Harbor. Give it a go. So I was just talking to George Mitchell. He's on that boat right there. And George Mitchell is 82 years old. He is from Grenada originally. And his brother used to run A1 Marine here in Jolly Harbor. Those of you who are cruisers probably have heard of him. He passed away last year. But anyway, George has been living in Antigua for, I don't know now, probably 18 years, somewhere thereabouts. He did many deliveries, you know, for vessels over the years. He works on salvage boats. For almost his entire life, 80 years, he's been on the water working. And he just told me he's finally thinking about selling his boat and getting an apartment, renting an apartment. And I told him my idea of getting a catamaran and moving with the family to be at sea for parts of the year. And he reminded me, you're not getting younger, Eli, so you got to do it now. Definitely want to think about getting out in the water soon, man, for sure. Anyway, speaking of getting out in the water, you can see my gear is there. Helmet, axis wing, flags are flying, so there must be enough wind somewhere. I'm gonna go have some fun. It's too much development, man. Clear cutting everything, you know, always. A bad spot, eh? Been coming up here for 24 years to do snorkeling tours, especially on the point right here. Really sweet spot. So yeah, a lot of cruising boats these days have wingfoiling gear on board. They've sort of gone away from windsurfing and kite surfing. Kite surfing and windsurfing I've done and a lot of, and I can understand why there's more and more wingfoiling. It's just easier to set up, easy to go by yourself. Today, I'm by myself out here, and just threw the board over the side. This little tender. This boat is about 14 feet long, I think. It's a pretty big tender. Anyway, we're gonna rig up and see if we get some of this beautiful Cades Reef wind. You can see it's super deep on the outside, nice and shallow on the inside, making it for flat water cruising just perfect. So I accidentally brought way too big a gear for how windy it is here at Cades. It doesn't look windy, but if I zoom in, you'll see what I'm talking about. See, whenever you see ripples like that, almost looking like crunched up paper, you know it's like, you know, above sort of 17, 18 knots. And yeah, man, it's gonna be a bit too much, but it's exercise. Cades Reef, Antigua. There's been a lot of wrecks along this reef here. More down at the bottom end because people leaving the harbor sail on the outside where it's 3,000 feet deep, get past Montserrat, and they think, okay, I can go towards St. Bart's now, and they cut a little too close and hit the reef at the bottom. That bottom reef has been the end of so many boats. But on the inside you can see it's super shallow and keeps this coast pretty protected and makes for some fun flat water wingfoiling inside of here, which I'm gonna do right now. Looking really good out there. Yeah, so I rigged up and still blowing too much for my gear, but it's gonna be fun. Get out there. I mean, just look at these conditions. How could you not have fun? Whew, really nice. Shallow in here, very shallow actually. I'm using somebody else's front wing too. Hey Thomas, look at all this reef. When I'm driving, I love forget about the wing. So you're coming in, reaching, look for a little wave, start turning, focus, let go on the backhand, and just focus on turning the board. Once you've done a 180, bringing the front hand in, sheet in, and then you've changed direction. A little tacking practice again. So you're coming in, focus on turning the board. And then the wind, you'll figure it out. So turn up into the wind. All I wanna see.
Cades Reef. There's a piece I can connect with. Uh-oh, a bit shallow.
Something pretty cool about going downwind on wingfoiling, you can just sort of let go your backhand once you found a little swell, and you just use your entire lifetime worth of experience of oceans and seas and waves, and you're just able to use the power of the hydrofoil to stay in the most powerful part of the wave. And you just end up surfing down these waves, and you try and make these connections from one wave to the next without using any wind power. It's like, honestly, it's the most addictive thing. And I've been windsurfing and doing kite surfing and every other thing since I was 12 years old, and the ability to let go of your wind-powered sail in the kite and just use the power of the ocean to stay up and stay going fast. It's out of this world. I love it. Can't get enough of it. In this video, unfortunately, because it's landscape for YouTube, you don't really see how everything's working. I'll do another video and just show more about surfing on these waves. But you can see this whole way down Cades Reef. I'm just, looking from one little bit of a wave to the next and staying on the hydrofoil without using the wind. It's sick.
You're at the bottom of Cades Reef. Nice little surf. Time to start using the power. Woo! I'm not hit reef. Gotta go power. No, no.
Going up through Cades Reef is always fun because there's a few spots where there's just so many turtles feeding, adult green turtles. They feed on the grass that grows on the bottom of the seafloor, and I love checking them out when I'm passing, and also being aware of where they live when I'm passing in a boat too, because you don't want to hit them. So I went up to have a look, and sure enough, turtles were there. Plentiful, big, enormous green turtles. I mean, the average size probably 250 pounds. Pretty sweet. Check it out as I get close. Each of the green turtles had remora under them. Check that big bugger out.
Beautiful conditions today. Got a nice loop. Cades Reef. Boat's just over there. Yeah, really gorgeous. When you're out here like this, you forget about all the nonsense that's happening over there. And so I want to do more off the beaten path where there's not many people. That's kind of like how I grew up, I swear to God. Antigua, when I lived on the north side, every day after school, out in the water to the North Sound and not really see anybody. And I wouldn't say I'm a loner, but I definitely like to be alone, or at least with, you know, my best friends or my family. I don't, you know, obviously I don't mind sharing the experiences with other people, you know what I'm saying, but I definitely like to be there in solitude. And I think a lot of people, you know, when they get into a natural environment where it's quiet, you know, they start to sort of enjoy who they are a bit more, I believe, you know. There's too many things taking away from who we are over there on the mainland, distracting us from what's important in life, I believe. You know, and what I've learned after, you know, 30 years of activism here in Antigua is like, you can really try really hard to stop it from getting messed up, and it can consume your life, and you'll fail if that's your goal, you know what I mean? So my goal can't be to try and, you know, make Antigua a more sustainable development tourism model. It's not happening. I have to sort of make my goal to be one that enjoys this more, and, you know, this. More of that, less stress of, you know, trying to tell people why they shouldn't cut every single plant away from the hillside before they contemplate building a house. Like, no, I don't need to do that. Let them get on with it. Let me go and have a good time with my family out here. I think that's what my YouTube channel is going to be about. More about enjoying. Sure, I'll talk about some sustainable development kind of ideas, but these young people will do their job.
Yeah, well, that was a lot of fun. Really beautiful day on the water. Well, lunchtime on the water. Saw some cool turtles. Hopefully the GoPro worked for that. Went outside the Cades Reef, went all the way down in the outside, surfing the waves. It was pretty nice. Alright, lunchtime.